Greetings, Facebook and everyone else, if I share it anywhere else. How is everybody today? Today's Monday, and I'm here at the salon suite, hanging out by myself, chilling. I put a call out to the public to let them know that I was looking for models. All my pictures are very old. I haven't done hair in a while, and I don't want to just put up old pictures where these children are grown and in college now. So I want to get some fresh pictures with some fresh styles and get a portfolio going. So the suite is very expensive, so I just can't say come for free. So I was going to do discounted. So if you know anybody that wants to be a model, and I'll give them half price, because it takes, these things take time. Doing kids hair takes more time than doing adults. So if you know anybody, please let them know that I'm looking and send them my way. I did get a call for an appointment, and it's exciting. It's a new customer, and she has a 3-year-old. So that's going to be fun. So I went and I said, you know what? This time around, I'm working smarter, not harder. And I went and I found this special shampoo bed for young kids. So the only thing I have to do is kind of build a base for it, because it goes on the floor. And I don't think I'm getting on the floor. I don't think anybody wants to be on the floor. It's not on the floor. It has a little bit of a platform on it. But I'll be looking crazy probably all on the floor trying to shampoo a 3-year-old's hair. So the mom, when she booked, she texted me the picture and said, what would this be considered? And that's why I need pictures for my booking site, because I have large braids as one price, and I have small/medium braids as another price. So she didn't know what you need an image to see what would the style that she was looking for be considered. So she sent me the picture, and it would be considered medium braids. And it's kind of pricey, but the next question clarifies why I have to charge that type of price. She said, about how long do you think it's going to take? So, okay, if you're an old YoungStar customer, you already know that I'm not the fastest, but I do my best job, and I try my hardest, and I'm patient. And you can't rush patience sometimes when it comes to some children. If they're apprehensive, or if they're tenderhead, you can't just comb through it. Come on, we gotta go, let's go. I'm patient, so those things take time. Plus I'm chatty, but I won't be so chatty this time. I'll focus more in on the job at hand. So I told her it can take from 2 to 3 hours, because I do the whole service. They come in, I shampoo them, I'm detangling, I'm conditioning, I'm trimming off the little ends if they need the ends trimmed off. We're braiding, we're putting beads on it. So all of that takes time. So she said, well, plan for 3 hours. So that means that she must have some difficulty shampooing her daughter's hair at home. And that's why I said, let me get a chair. So I have a week. The chair should be coming maybe tomorrow or the next day, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I just have to be sure to be able to move the chair that comes with the sink, and have some type of platform to sit it on. That's very secure, because we will not have any kids falling off of anything in here at all. I'm not going down like that. But it's going to be cool, because they get to lay back, and there's a little stopper so they don't slip down. And I think that it'll eliminate the fear of them getting wet, because the little ones used to get very wet. So sometimes we used to even tell the parents to bring an extra t-shirt, because they're moving and they're wiggling around. Some of them are fighting, not too rough, but they want to get up, and we have to coax them and make sure that they stay in the sink and lean their head back and up, so that the water doesn't run down their whole body. So this is going to be an adventure, my first 3-year-old in a few years. But I'm excited, and I know Mom is going to have nothing but great things to say after the service, because I know how to do it right. Yeah, so thinking of that made me remember why I started YoungStar. So I opened my doors in April 2009. I had a full-time job. I was working as an administrative assistant at a consultant firm. And although I was the support for about 5 consultants, I still got all my work done and had extra time on my hands. So one day, Mariah needed to go to a special event. My daughter's name is Mariah. That's her picture. She had a special event. So I didn't have the time to do her hair. So I said, okay, I'm going to just go send her to the Dominican shop, see if they can just, blow her out or, do something. Back then, they didn't, nobody really was flat ironing, doing silk presses at all. There was no such thing. So what they would have had to do with her natural, very, very thick hair is to shampoo it, condition it, roller set it as tight as they can because her hair was very curly and natural. Take the rollers out and then roll it with a brush. And all of that it's too much heat, really, on a little kid. And her hair was like 5 heads of hair. So thick. So I sent her, and the first time they did it, and it didn't really come out great, but she was just like, no, mommy, next time I can't do it. So I was like, well, how much next time? She said, I don't care how much. I'm not going to do this again. She didn't want my money. She refused. She said, you got to find somewhere else. It's too much work. So that is when I said, you know what? It's a lot of little girls. Maybe their parents don't want to put a relaxer in their hair. Because back then, Mariah was little. I want to say this probably happened like 2006 or 7. She might have been like 6 or 7 years old. And I couldn't find anyone to help do her hair whenever I wasn't able to do it. So I started thinking it would be great to have a place that can do natural kids' hair, curly, kinky, coarse, or now they have all of the number classifications, 4C and all of that. There was nowhere to get that done at. So I started thinking, what would I want? And that's why I created it. It was based on what Mariah needed, what my daughter needed. So I wanted a place that was friendly. I wanted a place where nobody was cussing or watching grown movies on the TV or having adult conversations around them. A place that if I didn't want to be there, it would be safe to leave her. If I had an errand to run or something like that. And, I never advertised leave your kid, but after my customers, once I opened, started to see the type of environment it was, they drop their kid off and you see them in a few hours. Sometimes you even got to call them on the phone and remind them to come back and get their kid. That happened a few times. One time there was a young lady used to drop her kid off and not even get a service just to hang out and play. So I was like, come on, honey, you're taking advantage. But it was the environment that the old, the first YoungStars turned out to be probably the best part of the salon, was the way that the children got to meet each other and know each other, and they looked forward to making appointments on the same day and coming to hang out together. And then the parents would even begin to get to know each other and talk about education, talk about all types of topics that applied to children and being a parent in New York and wanting the best for their kids. So summer camps and it was just a great environment. And I was happy to be able to create that environment. So while I was at my original job, I came up with the logo. I didn't know how to use Adobe Illustrator yet, so I had someone help me design it. And I found the space. I looked up commercial spaces. The original location was in Harlem River Projects, so it was a New York Housing Authority commercial space. And I put my paperwork in. I saved a little bit of money up, had the rent and security, and I had to get the insurance. I had to get the domain name for the website. I learned how to do everything. I I already had my cosmetology license. So I was good to go. And I opened up. My original thought when I first opened up is I'm not doing any hair. I'm the owner. I'm standing back. I'm going to hire people to do it. And I soon learned that hiring licensed cosmetologists to do children's hair was difficult. First of all, everybody that goes to school to be a cosmetologist wants to do Beyonce's hair. They want to be a celebrity stylist. They don't want to do no kids. They don't want nothing to do with it. Usually, you know what I've even seen? I've even walked past salons and it says no kids allowed. So that's how much stylists didn't want to be around kids, because it's true. A lot of them have like a real anxiety around getting wet, getting their hair wet, or they may have had a bad experience at home because parents don't have the education sometimes to know how to detangle all that natural hair. They've had, most people my age have relaxers since they can remember. They didn't even have, they've never dealt with their natural hair. Until now, it's been a big revolution in the last 10 years where everybody knows how to do natural hair now. But before that, they didn't even know what hair would look like growing out of it, straight out of their head. They just naturally, automatically relaxed it over and over again. So they never knew. So when their kid is born and here they go with a big head of hair, they don't know how to detangle it. They don't know how to shampoo it properly. Me personally, not to put my mother out there, I might have got my hair shampooed twice a year. My mother wasn't even doing all that. I had a lot of hair on my head. And I want to say by the time I was like 6, I had to learn how to do my own hair. My grandmother was mixed. She had straight hair. She didn't know how to do textured hair at all. My grandmother had me looking crazy one day. I was crying. I refused to go to school. It was so bad. So at a very young age, I learned how to shampoo my hair. I didn't know what products to use. So come to find out I was using products that weren't really detangling. So it was a bigger deal, a bigger problem than it had to be. And then I remember the first shampoo that I was able to detangle my own hair easily was Cream of Nature. It was a conditioning shampoo, all mixed in one. And that's the first time I was able to get a comb through my own hair, because it was very hard. Yeah, so with YoungStars, I just wanted a place where parents didn't have to relax their children's hair. They could start trying to explore different natural styles. One thing I realized too, I used to have to educate parents. They come in and say, my child's hair is natural. I've never put a relaxer. And I take it. I say, okay, maybe it's blow dry. Let me wash it. I'm putting water on it. I'm like, this is relaxed hair. I say, you sent your kid to grandma's house? Yeah, they went to their grandmother's house. I said, your mother put a relaxer in this baby's hair. They get on the phone right there, call their mother. Did you relax her hair? I just put it for a little while. The grandmothers were relaxing the kids' hair and the mothers weren't even knowing. So that's how much relaxer was part of just assuming that we couldn't do our own hair. So, that's when I was lucky to find the Design Essentials had a instant moisturizing conditioner where it doesn't have to sit for a half hour, hour. You just put it in and rub it in and the comb comes through it. Some kids come with their hair kind of matted, and that takes longer, or a lot of times they will come in with the braids still in. So, that takes, I wasn't charging for any of that, because my vision was to be able to have it affordable for parents. You don't want to have things so overpriced that they won't ever be able to take advantage of the service. But if you come in to the salon with your kid's hair fuzzy, it's been in for a month, that's fine. It's not too long to have in. It's just a lot for the stylist to take out the beads, take out the braids, detangle the hair. If you don't comb out, a month's worth of new growth and that happened inside the braids, and hair's supposed to shed, right? So if it's in braids, it's not shedding out. So when you take the braid out, you have to comb that hair out. If you put water on that hair after you take those braids out and you didn't comb that extra hair out, it's going to tangle. It's going to be like dreadlocks. So you have to figure all of that stuff out before you go and put water and try to start shampooing it. You're tangling it up more if you didn't comb it first. So, I had to learn some of it the hard way. Some of it I knew from dealing with my own hair. Some of it I had to learn the hard way. But finding stylists to have the patience and the desire to do that with me was always a challenge, But I came across some really good people. And I would say at that time in my life, I wasn't the best manager. I wasn't a good manager probably at all. I just didn't know how to manage other people for several reasons, But right before I closed, I went through a program, a business program at Columbia, and I learned a lot. So although I wound up closing at that time, I've kept all of the lessons that I learned at that Columbia program with me. So now this time around, if I do decide to work with the team, I'm better. Okay, there we go. Eventually, hi Sheila, thank you. Hey, my niece is watching. Hi everybody. Yeah, so I do want to build a team again, and I think that I'm better equipped now. So, yeah, right? You teaching your brother what, Khadijah? To detangle the hair before you wash it? Because that's how you get that. You don't want that. Oh my God, I probably did that a few times before I learned that you can't ever not do that. And you get there, detangling can take like an hour. So now in my price list, I added in extreme detangling. Like regular detangling is included. Reasonable detangling is included. But extreme, if you come in with that hair locked up and you didn't comb that baby's hair in 6 months, then we got to charge you for that, because time is money, unfortunately. I wish I could do everybody's hair for free. If I ever get rich, I'll be a little hair philanthropist out here helping everybody. But an hour behind the chair detangling, and then you gotta wash it, and then you gotta style it, and then that's a lot. And that's why I had to reflect that in some of my prices. But I'll keep doing specials as much as I can. Like right now for the month of March, 20% off. And that's good. And then, like I said, if somebody comes in as a model, that's 50% right now. I'm not going to need models, like 100 models, but I could use about 5 of them. Yeah. So yeah, the original YoungStars, I feel like was a success. We reached a lot of people. We educated a lot of people, and that was right before people were doing silk presses. So, we were out there preaching, don't relax your hair, and everybody was fighting back. I need my creamy crack. I'm never going to stop relaxing it. And now you see everybody stop relaxing their hair. A lot of them, unless they have like a really short cut and they need, to go in and have that certain look that you can't get with a flat iron, and yeah, they're relaxing their hair. But other than that, it's all good with this natural movement. And the amount of products that's out now is amazing. You have a lot of choices now. I've been watching a lot of tutorials, and I'm really excited to get in and try some new styles and stuff. It's been so much I could do on myself. I did want to do some of the fake locks, the faux locks. There's so many names for everything. I'm gonna feel like an old person trying to think of the names. But I feel like it's just gonna get my arms are gonna get tired. I can weave my hair, but as far as like doing faux locks, I think that I'm gonna need some help on that. So I'm not gonna move forward with that. Yeah, so when I closed YoungStar, I said, okay, I'm burnt out. I was totally burnt out. So I realized some things just about being an entrepreneur. So you gotta eat. I wasn't eating. I was working 12, 13 hours a day, sometimes even more, and I wasn't eating. So you have to take care of yourself. And if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. So I learned that lesson. It's hard to start a business if your child is 1. So when I started YoungStars, Patrick was 1. And it's hard to take care of a little child and run a business, because your business is a child. It needs everything a child needs. It needs your time, it needs your full attention. You gotta sometimes rush in the middle of the night if something is going on. You have to be on call all the time. And many times, if I had an appointment and it conflicted with something I had to do with my family, I had to choose the business. So when you become an entrepreneur, you have to keep those things in mind. So I mean, I'm well aware of those things now, and my son is 17, so he's pretty much okay most of the time without me. So I couldn't pay him to hang out with me, so he doesn't need my time now. Um, yeah, so this time around should be much better. I'm excited. I thought I never wanted to do hair again, but like I'm sitting here, I'm in the chair, I'm in the atmosphere, and I feel excited for what's to come. And I know it's going to be a good summer, and I look forward to all of that. And I love being an entrepreneur again. I still have my job, and it's part time. And at my job, I'm the alumni coordinator at a private school here in Harlem, and I get to connect. I get to stay connected with the graduates of the school, and I get to try to connect them with internships. I provide resources if they need SAT prep, if they need resume review or cover letter help or college essay help. I connect them with resources, and I love helping people. It's almost selfish. When I help somebody, it feels like I'm helping myself by just feeling good that I was able to do something to impact somebody in a positive way. So I love being able to do that. Well, don't tell them, I would do it for free. Shh. Not really though. I need money, but I love that type of work. And even the kids that I'll be in contact with here, if I ever hear of any kind of opportunities or any way to help them, I'm always looking for, I'm always happy to do that. So I just wanted to check in today, talk a little bit about the old spot and my hopes moving forward. I really want to lean into the education of teaching kids to empower them to do their own hair, especially the ones that are like super anxious. Like, I don't think anybody realizes the level of anxiety some children have when it comes to getting their hair done. It's real. And even the parent kind of probably sometimes downplays, oh, come on, it doesn't hurt, or sit still. It's real, the way that some kids are very anxious about this. So if I can teach them how to detangle their own hair, then they won't have to feel like someone's ripping the strands out of their scalp. They can have it detangled when they come, or they can just do the whole style at home themselves. And it's okay to, say, oh, you're teaching them stuff and they'll be able to do it themselves. That's a blessing, to have a kid that experiences that level of discomfort by going out to get their hair done, to be able to do it themselves. So I would be happy to do that. And even like if kids go to summer camp, or at the school I work at, a lot of the children, they're 13 and 14 going off to boarding school. And, usually they just have to have box braids in for months at a time because they're not able to do their own hair. So kids like that need to learn how to do their own hair. And then you have people that their hair is different than the texture than their child's hair, and they don't really know what to do with it. So that's also an opportunity to teach both the parent and the child about dealing with texture, what kind of products are safe. Now we really have to be careful, like I was discussing in the other video, on what products are safe. So just creating a community that's for us, by us, which really is rare in the hair care industry for us. So that's what I look forward to with this YoungStar Beauty Bar, is empowering us all, starting from kids to have a sense of control and empowerment when it comes to our hair and the way we look, and how we choose to look, and to have choices, not to just say, I always have to have my hair in a protective style because it's, I'm really bad at wash and goes or whatever. Let's empower ourselves so that we can have choices on how we look, and also use hair as a way to express ourselves. And like we dress to express ourselves, so we can also use our hair to adorn us and express and come and present ourselves, the way we want to. I've always been very conservative, but I like fun hair. I think I'm gonna try to start doing some fun stuff, even though I'm on the other side of 50. I think it'll be fun to try to finally start experimenting with color. Color is dangerous though. We got to be careful with color, but if we do it safely, or if we find alternatives like putting in some tracks or clipping in some stuff or doing some other things, then we can experiment with color too. So yeah, so that's it. I won't keep you anymore. If I have any updates or any fun news, or when I get my kid, my little one shampoo bed, I'll show it to you. And maybe y'all can help me figure out how to mount it on something high enough to use it with the sink without having to get down on the floor. If you could save me from that, that would be helpful. And also, if there's any questions or any styles you want me to demonstrate, or you know, anything that you want to communicate with me, please do, because it's like I'm talking, well, I see y'all saying hello to me, but it's like I'm talking to myself. So just leave a comment if you have any questions, thoughts, ideas, suggestions. If you know any kids that want to model, I am charging 50%. It ain't free, but it is half price, and your beautiful face can be on some of my stuff. And that's it. So take care. Have a good rest of your day, and I hope to talk to you soon.